Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for mid-November 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo. You have this ocean card. It says distance and journey on it. You have this gate. It says opportunity and home on it. So some of you could be thinking about moving or traveling. It's pretty weird because almost every single person has had something about a journey, I'm using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun here to clarify, and there's a bunch of cards in there about traveling and stuff like that. So, it might just be one of those months. I mean, we have like Thanksgiving in the States and, all that other stuff and the holidays coming up, but I don't know. Just seems like a lot. So a lot of people could be being called to new journeys, but these journeys, these could be things that might not have to do with travel. These could be journeys in your mind, or you have this card here that says take the lead, and the journey could be you taking the lead in some area of your life, and that kind of seems to be where this is going. I love this other card you have here. It says the miracles are endless. So, there clearly could be endless miracles coming in for you at this time, but we're going to have to look into that and see what the miracles are. You have more leadership here. The Emperor. The Emperor, you could say, is like an emperor coming in for you, but really the Emperor is a card of being ready to take action at a moment's notice. And, that's like more of the energy that I get for you, is that you are in this period where you're ready to take a leap of faith. You literally start with the Fool and then end with the Emperor. That to me is you kind of picking a new direction in your life. And then the Emperor would be the actual action of taking the leap of faith, because again, he is ready to go at a moment's notice. So, it looks to me like you're kind of starting this second half of this month, or whatever you want to call it, thinking about a new direction, because you have this right here. It's like there's this gate on this card, and it's like you're ready to step through this gate. You're ready to take a trip, or you're ready to have a new beginning. And the Fool is a new beginning. The Fool is taking a leap of faith. And not only that, you have this other card that says fork in the road, which is also a card of, picking a new path. So, it's all coming together here, Virgo. You have the Devil. And so, I think that Virgo has been doing a lot of processing of just, anything, basically anything that is toxic to you in your life. And so it just doesn't surprise me. I don't know. I really have nothing to say here other than, I feel like you're removing toxic things from your life, but you've been working on this for a while. This is, a very Virgo astrology thing to be working on right now. So, this is good. I mean, it's a good thing, because you're probably, this is bringing balance, or, just bringing better energy into your life. But it literally, I think that this could be pretty much every single area of your life. You have the Four of Wands here, which could be a card of marriage, but again, a lot of people have been getting the Four of Wands lately. And, the Four of Wands, like I said, it could be marriage, but really I just think that we're all just committing to new directions. And also, we had that Libra eclipse in the middle of October, which was kind of like letting go of one thing and committing to something new. The Four of Wands literally represents letting go of one thing and committing to something new. It is a card of completion, This right here I look at as like a finish line, and these people are celebrating on the other side of these Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands, it really says that we have to cross through a threshold. We have to kind of release one way of being and step into a new way. I mean, when you think about it, marriage, it's like you're going from single, basically, to being committed. So, in a lot of ways, I feel this, this energy of you committing to a new life or a new story or whatever you want to call it. And it's like that is the thing that is bringing in this transformation. It's kind of weird. I do feel there's a transformation here. You have 0 transformation cards here, that I would like to see. But I do feel this reading is kind of talking about you undergoing some sort of deep transformation or change. So let's see here. We're going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun to clarify, and with the Fool, you have this eccentricity card. Again, all of a sudden, this card has been showing up in everybody's reading as well. We are kind of in an eccentric time, If you have any weird ideas or any unique ideas, or, if you want to change direction in your life, now would be the time. I think that, kind of being eccentric will help you stand out. And again, we have Pluto going into Aquarius, and, it's going to be a little bit of time before that happens. And also, it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn next year before it officially moves into Aquarius in November. But it doesn't matter. I'd say it's already been in Aquarius, and I think that weird, eccentric ideas that make you stand out are going to be highlighted. And, I encourage everyone to step into the light right now, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius. So, Pluto in Aquarius, it's all about the collective. But I always say also that the danger is becoming part of a hive mind. Again, I think that there's like two sides. It's like the things that we should be doing. It's like basically I think the best way to look at it is that we need to be a living example. So it's like living your best life, doing that and just doing that and allowing people to use you as an example. That is the type of collective energy that we should be working on. Not necessarily, again, becoming part of like some sort of weird hive mind, right? With the devil, you have this rebellion card. Yeah. For some of you, could be letting go of a person that thought they had a hold over you. And I feel like you are kind of letting go of it just in general. For others, you could just be letting go of toxic situations. And, the people, if there are people that are part of the toxic situation, they could see it as rebellion. With the Four of Wands, yes, are you kidding? You have this originality card. You're doing something original. You're doing something different. Like I think I said this to you in your last reading, you and Pisces. If you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely watch the Pisces reading. I think you two are the most similar opposites, as I always say. And, if I were you or a Pisces, which I am, I would be just very focused on my original idea. So you're like, there are no original ideas. I totally understand that. But, what I would say is if you are having a hard time finding someone to compare your situation to, and there is nothing to compare your situation to, then you're probably on the right track. This is probably a good thing. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves anyway, but if you're thinking, oh, I want to go, start a podcast on a tightrope, and I'm going to start the tightrope podcast where I interview people and make them walk across the tightrope, and no one's done that before, right? It's pretty like, it's a podcast. Everybody's done a podcast, but you're doing it in a different way. So again, it doesn't have to be a podcast. Whatever it is, doesn't matter, right? And what I would say is if you have an idea that is unique in some way, that is a thing that is going to make you very successful. Like I said, you and Pisces. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this thinker card and this fork in the road card. I do think you're thinking about something. I kind of feel like some of you could be doing something where you're a little bit unsure, with that thinker card. But, she has this, I always say on this card that there's this like new level up here that she could step up to. And so I feel for a lot of you that, kind of like going in these unique directions will have you leveling up. Same thing with the fork in the road card. This fork in the road card says the new direction will be the successful direction. So, I would be picking the new path. Same thing with the Two of Pentacles, by the way. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Ten of Swords. Everybody gets the Justice card as well, like for 2 years now. And I always say that justice is the answer to the rest of our lives, even just based off the astrology. And with justice, we just have to pay attention to the evidence, meaning, if you are thinking about two directions, it could be a little confusing because like maybe one direction in your life or one choice makes logical sense. Maybe the other one is something you're more emotionally connected to, right? And the trick here is to pay attention to the one that is actually working like on all levels. It's like maybe you have a job and you hate it and you want to start a business, but you're like, how am I going to grow my cotton candy factory in my backyard? Like maybe that's what your passions are telling you to do. But again, maybe if you actually look at the evidence and you start working on your cotton candy factory and you start finding success, the evidence is saying it's going to be successful. So we really need to trust the evidence with the Justice card. You have the Ten of Swords. I think you're letting something go. I feel like people have something to say about it, with this right here. So, you could be leaving a group of people, or you could just be spending less time with people. And again, whenever you leave toxic people behind, they're of course they're going to have something to say about it. You have the Two of Pentacles. I always think it's very safe to pick the new path with the Two of Pentacles. A lot of people read this as like juggling or spinning plates, having too much on your plate. Work hard, play hard is what I'm stumbling over here. And sometimes I just feel that the Two of Pentacles is saying you're kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of like temperance, right? And the choice really should be to just pick the new direction with the Two of Pentacles. And everything here, again, is about adventure in this reading. So it's literally saying go on the adventure. That's the path that is going to lead to the most success. By the way, I don't think there's anything unexpected coming in for you. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Seduction card. Could be love coming in for you here. And you might be saying you have the Three of Swords. But the Three of Swords is coming up in the area of the good stuff. So that would tell me that you could be attracting like a very healing connection going this way here. Or you could be healing a person as well. So I definitely feel there could be love. With the Justice card, you have this Convention card. I think everybody needs to be careful of being stuck in convention. Convention just represents the way things have always been done. And with convention, we kind of just need to be open to all the ways of doing things. And, I think everyone needs to do this right now. Everyone gets the King of Pentacles, for example, or everyone gets this card when I use this deck. And I think it's just a sign of the times. Like, in a lot of ways, the way things have always been done in our lives might seem very safe at this time. And there might be some truth to that, right? If something is working, keep doing it, obviously. But also, new ideas are also going to be very successful. I think the safe thing to do is 80% of the time, do what works. 20% of the time, experiment, try new things. And, it's kind of like the 80-20 rule, but not. And, I think that's what I would do here is like 80% of the time in work and business and love, just do what works. And then 20% of the time, just experiment, try something new. With the Ten of Swords, you have this resistance card. Yes, when you are closest to your goal, that's when you experience the most resistance. When you're about to make a change, that's when the people come out of the woodwork to stop you from making the change. Again, one of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art. No, I'm not talking about The Art of War. I am talking about The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, 2 different books. And in the book, The War of Art, he says that when you are closest to your goal, that's when you experience the most resistance. And, from like people especially, it's like, especially if you're going to become successful in business, that's when all the people are coming that are going to be like, oh, this is risky, you should get a job, and all that other stuff. Or if you're writing a book and spending less time with your friends, that's when your friends are going to be like, why don't you spend time with us anymore, and all that other stuff, right? So I feel like this is saying you need to push through that resistance, that feeling of resistance. It doesn't mean that you're not going to accomplish your goal. The resistance is actually telling you you are very close to accomplishing your goal. So, and look, we go up to that Emperor. I really feel that Emperor is kind of you really taking control. So, I really like this for you, Virgo. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this card that says miracles are endless. I love this card, so definitely a lot of miracles. And you have the Stag Spirit that says take the lead. I kind of feel you need to take the lead to have these miracles. So, again, this isn't something that's just going to magically appear in your life, as I always say. But I feel if you put the work in, you're definitely going to be attracting some miracles here. And I'm also getting, like, if you've been waiting for a job for whatever reason, on this card as well, I don't look at this as a financial card, but, if you've been waiting for a job, maybe you've been getting a lot of bad offers. I kind of feel you could be getting something that is a good offer here with the Four of Cups. I also feel that maybe you've been disappointed a lot in love. And, the whole point of the Four Cups is that he's sitting there and he's not accepting this new cup into his life, even though he manifested it. So I feel this is saying, like, hey, you're manifesting something right here. It could be the Page of Cups, could be a love offer. So don't be afraid to accept something new in your life. And again, I would just trust the evidence. Like, there's no need to, rush into a new relationship. There's no need to, especially right here, there's no need to, like, make something move too quickly, right? But I also wouldn't overcorrect. I also wouldn't, make someone, like, wait too long to be in a relationship with you, or just completely ignore a new person that could be very good for you, right? Because look, you go to the Ten of Cups. So I feel this is saying, like, don't overcorrect, but also don't undercorrect either. I would say healthy balance with that Justice card. Trust the evidence. I think that love is actually very simple right now, as long as we trust the evidence. When we get into trouble is when we are not trusting the evidence, when we're overgiving and the other person isn't giving equally. Not a criticism on the other person. It just says that maybe they're not as equally as interested, right? And yeah, that sometimes hurts to hear, but at the same time, it's like I think we all need to be better breaker-uppers, as I always say. I think we all need to be more open and say, like, okay, well, clearly this isn't working because they're not matching my energy. And I think we can communicate, because maybe you find something out, like maybe they're just busy or whatever. So that can correct the issue. But if the issue doesn't get corrected, then I think it's time to say, hey, you know what, we're just not right for each other. No hard feelings, move on, right? You have the Page of Pentacles. I definitely feel there's something new coming in for you love-wise. But mostly I feel that there's something going on with your finances here. It's weird. You don't have a lot of financial cards, but I do feel that you are very focused on kind of creating financial security or doing something. Actually, I kind of take that back, because you have this card here that says you're going to master your material reality in the future. So, I do feel maybe you're just not like that. Maybe you're just not that focused on finances or something. It's weird, because I feel like you're in two minds about finances. It's like on one hand, I feel you are focused on finances. On the other hand, I feel like you're not. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. But I feel there's something new coming in for you financially, whether it's like the way that you work or the job that you have. Something is changing. I feel it's a good change. I'll say that. With the Four of Cups, you have this choices card. The whole entire reading is about making a choice. I feel like the answer is simple. This is Libra, by the way. This card is Mars in Libra. So I think you just need, if you're trying to make a choice, trusting the evidence is going to be your best plan. Making sure that you're, picking something that aligns with you and all that other good stuff. With the Page of Cups, you have this discovery card. Yeah, I would be open to discovery, like discovering new ways of doing things. Again, the whole entire reading. Again, everybody's reading. I cannot even tell you. Everybody's reading for the middle of this month has had every single one of these cards. Discovery, journey, or like journey cards and things like that. So I think that either we are all just being called to broaden our horizons or, learn something new. But, it's in those moments that you are going to find success. With the Page of Pentacles, you have this Principle card. Yeah, I kind of feel with the Devil showing up at the beginning of the reading that maybe you have new principles, like certain morals or ethics that you are paying attention to. And, it's like you're kind of like sticking up for those things more. I feel like you're letting less things slide, with people and, places in your life. So that's kind of like the energy that I get there. Next, in the area of the good stuff, no matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have this Money Manager card. It says, expect positive financial change in your life. There you go. It also says, your hard work is now paying off. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. You also have this card that says, you're going to master your material reality in the future. Yeah. I see like a lot of material success, a lot of abundance coming in for you here. More money, more income, good stuff. So I really like where this is going for you here, Virgo. And again, I was getting something financial. You have the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Swords. I would say that the Emperor is probably your most important card here. I feel like it's saying that you are taking action or that you need to take action in your life and that you need to get moving towards something new. And, that's what I feel like you're doing here with the Emperor. Like, he's ready to take action at a moment's notice. So I feel like you need to kind of like get moving with the Emperor and, especially if you're thinking about taking action on something like a new direction, I feel it's time. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty. So, I feel like there's a lot of growth and abundance coming in for you with the Ten of Cups. I also just I feel like there's just a lot more happiness here. If you're looking for love, I feel you literally could be meeting a person or finding a person. I kind of feel like saying this year, so it might not be this, this month or anything, but maybe like between now and a year from now, there could be a person coming in for you. And I feel like it's very equal, very balanced, probably want the same things. I feel like it's saying it's balanced in the right way as well. I don't even know what that means, but take it how it resonates. But again, Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty as well. You have the Three of Swords, and Three of Swords in the good stuff would say that you're healing from something from the past or you're forgiving something from the past. And this healing is probably what's bringing all this good stuff into your life in the first place. With the Emperor, you have this extremism card. Again, normally I wouldn't like this card, especially right now. In 2026, at the beginning, we're going to have Neptune moving into Aries. And, Neptune in Aries makes me a little bit nervous because it literally is extremism. And, so I always tell people, like, be careful of going to extremes and things like that. But, again, this is showing up in the good stuff. So maybe you're meeting a person who's more balanced is really what it's saying. With the Ten of Cups, or you've learned balance on, like, where to take action as well. With the Ten of Cups, you have this protection card. Yeah, very protected connection coming in for you as well. I also am getting that you're attracting a person who wants to protect the connection, like a person who actually wants to protect it from, toxic influences and things like that. That's very different than just a person who's, open to everything, right? So, it's a person who wants to protect things. You could be attracting an Aries, by the way. With the Three of Swords, you have this inheritance card. Yeah, I feel like I've said this to you before. It's almost like you're inheriting like a person, which is weird, I know, but like what I'm saying here is I almost get the feeling that you're attracting a person who is meant for someone else. I don't think that's true, but it's almost as if, right, that you're attracting a person that was meant for someone else, but that their person screwed up and like you're catching a real one here. You have this woman card. It says dealing with relationships with a woman. I always clarify these cards. Now you have two more, apparently. You have this February card and this Not card. It says unsuccessful plans. I feel like some of you maybe had unsuccessful plans with a person and something didn't work out. For some of you, I feel this is love. For others, it could be anything else, and I feel like you're just moving past it. You have this mule. It says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Probably this past devil, or, could be the devil energy. Could be a group of people as well that you are kind of walking away from here, which is good. You have this sunrise card. It says new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Yes. Are you kidding? The whole entire reading. So those new ideas are going to bring endless miracles into your life. So, there you go. You have this bread. It says period of prosperity and abundance. Yes, definitely a lot of prosperity showing up here. It's weird that I don't feel like you care about it, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that, by the way. It's almost like you are creating prosperity, but you're just like, whatever. And guess what? When you get to that place in life, that's when you create even more prosperity, because you're not attached to it, right? So it's almost like you're creating prosperity that you're not attached to, but I mean, like, in a good way. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. It looks very good to me. I also feel like you could be attracting a very prosperous person, and it's like same thing. It's like I feel like this person, like, they're prosperous, but they're not like materialistic. I feel like they're just very, much more non-attached. You have this tankard. It says celebration, fun, and enjoyment. 4 of Wands, right? 4 of Wands, 10 of Cups, really. Those are both cards of great celebrations. I would make sure you're, celebrating, socializing, having a good time. But probably one of the better readings I've done for you in a while, for sure. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. And definitely, I think you're going to enjoy this month. So there you go.